Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today I need to make an arrangement to go out as a gift, and this is called our Sunset Bouquet. Now I'm changing it up a little bit. Our bouquet actually has some Gerbera daisies in the arrangement online, but they asked that we substitute the Gerberas for the sunflowers. So we're going to put this together real quick. This is just a glass vase I have filled with fresh water and added a little bit of floral food to the vase. I am taking, this is one of our mixed bouquets that we ordered from our company called Budsy, and it comes in just as a bouquet of pretty greens. It's got the different mixed greenery added in, so it's really easy and nice to work with. So I just grabbed one of those, and we may or may not use all of the foliage in it, and it's completely okay either way. So that's a little bit of leather. This is a stem of myrtle. We've got a little bit of variegated pittosporum. That's really very pretty. Now Pitt has a very woody stem, so using my floral knife, sometimes it's not completely easy to cut. So if you see me grimace a little bit, it's just because that woody stem's a little difficult to cut with a floral knife. All right, so I'm gonna set the rest of the foliage to the side. I might use it and I might not. So there, my vase is greened out. I'm gonna start out with my line flower. So our arrangement online has blue delphinium. So I'm gonna take a couple of stems of blue delphinium. And then a couple of stems of purple stock. Okay, a little bit of solidago. In the front of the arrangement has our focal flower, our sunflowers. Sunflowers are so pretty, I think. I think a sunflower really adds a lot to an arrangement. They're just happy little flowers, aren't they? So happy and pretty. Next we're going to add some coral colored roses. So I am going to wire these roses. Here in our flower shop, we like to wire our roses. We just find that they last longer if we wire them. So I'm going to take a couple of pieces of florist wire. This is 21 gauge wire. And I've actually taken and cut these in thirds because you really don't need all of that wire on this stem. I'm going to take my wire. This is called the calyx of the rose. I'm going to take it and press it into that little swollen part underneath the head. And I'm just going to twist it right around that stem. I like to use a third of a wire because I don't have to use snips or anything to cut my stem with, because I'm usually not going to cut my stem as short as that wire is. If you get the wire much longer, you have a hard time using your floral knife to cut the stem. And so that's why I like to just throw it on the floor, Owen. I'm sorry. That's why I like to have my wire shorter. Thank you, bud. Thank you. I'm removing any of the foliage that falls below, that might fall below that water line, and I'm just using my floral knife and removing the thorns. Now, that's not going to make the life of the flower any longer. It just keeps the flower from biting me. And so that's the reason I like to remove the thorns. All right, so I have all of my roses wired. I'm going to remove any of the petals that are bumped or bruised. And then I'm going to take my roses and I am going to kind of stagger them down on the side here. So I'm going to make my tallest rose first. They're just going to stagger down. Okay. And you can kind of see in this arrangement, I'm really doing a little bit of color block. Meaning all my purples on one side, my blues on one side, my yellows coming down the center, and then my coral. We're going to come in with a few orange colored spray roses. And I think we're just going to scatter our spray roses throughout. Alrighty. And then lastly, we're going to add a stem of these these soft purple or lavender daisies. Now the picture shows lavender buttons, but I didn't have any buttons in, and I had these pretty daisies, so I thought we would tuck a stem or two of those into this arrangement. So often when we have an arrangement online, we have a disclaimer on the website that says flowers, we may not have all the same flowers, but we will make it as similar as possible to the arrangement. And so that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just making it look as similar as possible. So there is our arrangement. Now I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon. This is just that pretty purple that came from, kind of matches that stock a little bit. I'm just going to make a loopy bow. Now, not all of the arrangements that we make have bows. This one online happens to have a pretty bow, and I thought, let's just add a bow to this arrangement. So I'm just taking and making several loops. I'm going to use a florist wire, and I'm going to tie that bow. Then I'm going to use a pair of scissors and cut my tails. And so there's my pretty bow. Now, instead of using a florist Coe pick, like a wood pick, this one's actually broken, I'm a tall stem. I'm going to use just a stem that would go in the trash. And I'm going to take that wire and wrap it right around that stem. I'm just going to pop it off to the length I need it, and I'm going to tuck that pretty bow right down into that arrangement. And there you have a variation of our sunset arrangement. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. If you have any questions about how we make arrangements, how we price arrangements, any of the things about the flower shop, don't hesitate to ask that in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and if you'll hit that little bell down below, it's going to give you notifications about when we put up a new video. Guys, you all have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.